Can everybody hear me? Yes? No, we don't need that. Thank you. Tom, Dorian, everybody, thank you. It is so good to be in this building. I'm living a pretty crazy existence right now, representing this district, trying to do everything I said I was going to do, and running in a different district. It's pretty odd, but that's the fate we've been given. Webbs, how long do I have to speak? Hour and a half? How much time? I'm not going to take long. I'm not going to take long. Let me take just a few minutes. You did so well. Oh my word, you did great. Wow. Many of you have heard me say this before. It's been a long year and a half. And guys, you were great. I say often to people that when I get on a plane every week and I fly to that city called Washington, I always have a bit of a frown on my face. And each and every day that I'm in Washington, that frown grows a little bit. And it's been that way for a year and a half. When I get on a plane and I fly home at the end of every week, my smile is as wide as that airplane. We had 2 town halls today. One down in Palatine, one in Elk Grove. We'll be down in Villa Park tomorrow. I made a pledge. Boy, I made a lot of pledges when I got elected. Yes, you did. I made a pledge that there wouldn't be a member of Congress that held more town halls than I did. And we're sticking to it. And every time I am with any group of kids or parents or taxpayers, you name it, in Antioch or Gurnee or Woodstock or McHenry or Dundee or Carpentersville or Elk Grove or Palatine, I am so heartened by where we are. I'm an Irish Catholic boy who usually smiles. I haven't been smiling a lot the last year and a half because I'm scared. I'm scared to death, Parker, with where your country's at. This election is so important. I'm going to have another tough race. No surprise there, right? I'm going to have another tough race. There's going to be a tough race north of us in Wisconsin sometime this summer. And as much as I want to win, and I would like to win because there's a lot I want to do. If God knocked on my door tomorrow morning and said, Joe, you're a hell of a guy, you've had a great year, you went there, you raised you know what, you got the Republican Party mad at you, you're the #1 target of the Democrats, you've done well! You've done well! Everybody in this country knows who you are. You are a target. God bless you. But I'm going to give you a choice. You can go back to Washington for 2 years and keep doing what you're doing, angering your establishment and driving Democrats batty, or you can lose and I'll have a Republican win the White House. I'd take that deal in a heartbeat. I would take that deal in a heartbeat, and I'd come home and I'd mop floors, I'd do whatever for a couple years. This is going to be a difficult election. And my party, our Republican Party, is probably going to nominate someone we're not all excited about. It's going to happen. Gingrich, Santorum, Paul, Romney, I don't know about you all, none of them get me going. None of them get me revved up. None of them, I think, truly understand the revolution this country's going through to save this country for you. But that's okay. I thought I knew something before I went to Washington. I'm now convinced. And I want to say this for the kids in the audience as respectfully as I can say it. But if I didn't say it, I wouldn't be honest with you adults and you kids. Every single day that this president is in the White House, he is destroying what makes this country great. Amen. And so, it doesn't matter to me whether it's Romney, Paul, Santorum, Gingrich, or somebody else. It doesn't matter to me. There's and for the younger folks in here, this is really what this election's about. Most of us know this. This country was founded on an American dream. It was founded on a pretty simple idea. That your dad, this lovable guy right here, makes $1. And our founders believed, hopefully he makes more than $1. Our founders believed that dollar was his money. Now, I've been in Washington a year and a half, and I'll tell you, most of them don't think it's Tony's money. They think it's their money. But our founders believed, fruits of your labor, that's your money.
It's Michelle's money.
That's your money.
Amen.
And we all, even our founders, wanted a little bit of government. So we all got to give a little something to government. But darn near all of that money is yours. And so Tony gets to keep almost all of it. And then the beauty of that freedom is, Tony then's responsible for his life. Tony, it's your money. Tony then takes care of his family. As his parents get old, Tony takes care of his parents. Tony goes out and shops for his own health care. Tony decides what church he belongs to. Tony decides what charity he's going to contribute to. If Tony wants to start a business, remember, it's Tony's money. That's his money. He can start a business. Folks, that was the original American dream, and I'm telling you, we are 100+ years removed from that dream. 100+ years removed from that dream. We now live in an America, and Barack Obama didn't start this. Republicans and Democrats have gotten us to this point where the new American dream we live under is this. That dollar Tony makes, it's really not his money. So I'm going to have this thing called government, and instead of Tony being able to keep almost all that money, Tony, you're going to give 61 or 2 cents to government. Because now the new American dream is, government now will take care of everything. Your parents, when they get old, government. You're not smart enough to shop for your own health care. Government will provide health care for everybody. You're having trouble on your student loans or your mortgages? Don't worry. Government will bail you out. We have flipped this around. This is not right. This is the new American dream our kids are living under right now. It's so wrong. It's so wrong on 3 levels. A, we know it doesn't work. Who can take care of Tony's family better? Tony or the government? Who can take care of Tony's parents as they get old? Tony or some government? It doesn't work. We work better. We know how to take care of our own. We know how to take care of our communities. We get involved in our churches. Not Washington, not Springfield. It doesn't work as well, this new American dream. Point number 2, we're broke. We can't, even if it worked, we couldn't support it. Even if it worked, we shouldn't support it. Even if we love all this government and we think it's a good thing, it won't be around for her. We can't afford it. Sadness number 3 about this new American dream, to me the most devastating aspect of this new American dream is it gets us off the hook. We're no longer responsible. Why am I going to get involved with my neighbor down the street who's having a hard time when I'm paying all my money to government? Government's supposed to take care of them. Why do I help out my church? Why do I get involved in community organizations? Government's now doing that. My parents, put them in Medicare, Medicaid, I don't care. Healthcare, don't worry. Government's going to provide healthcare for us all. It gets us off the hook. This new American dream, folks, has made us a weaker people, a softer people, a less responsible people. It's deprived us of freedom and responsibility. The fight. Now, I'm just one guy who went to Washington to try to grab this American dream and put it right here in front of all of us. This is the American dream our kids need to know about. This is the American dream we're fighting for. And this is what this election's about. I can tell you, Romney, Gingrich, Santorum, Paul, they get some of this. But I know the president gets the other one. We have to get it back. We have to get it back. For you. Parker, where are you? For Parker. Daniel, where are you? For Daniel. Oh yeah, for you too. Folks, we have a shot. I think we have an election. I'm not sure we have a second election to save this American dream. I can throw numbers at you till midnight. We don't want to do that. But we have more Americans dependent upon government than at any point in our history. The average, you know what, this one just slays me. The average family out here last year, struggling, tough year, right? The average family out here made about $32,000 a year last year. The average subsidy from government, the average person, the average subsidy they got from government last year was $33,000. The first time in our country's history when that number was bigger than what we're struggling for out here. Folks, we are this close. Now look, this has been an exhausting year. I don't know if I have another year or another 4 years. Doesn't matter to me. We're all the same. We are all fighting for what our founders started, what our parents told us about, what we used to read in textbooks. And if we lose it, we'll never, ever, ever get back. Democrats in general right now, they are this American dream. They proudly wear it on their sleeve. This is what they believe in. Our fight is with my Republican Party. We've got to pound them and shake them up because deep down they still want to understand the original American dream. That's what this election's about. Because you were right, kiddo, Reagan's quote, if we don't transfer what the original America was to our kids, we'll never get it back. So, thank you for having me up here. It's been a long day. I'm sorry if I've meandered a little bit. Every child in the room, stand up right now. If you're 18 or under, stand up. Sit down. Stand up. Yeah. Don't move. Every adult in the room, look around. This is the image I take to Washington every week when I wage war. This is the image we should have in our hearts and in our minds. This is what the election is about. If you were angry and passionate 2 years ago, you got to double and triple that anger and passion for everybody standing up in this room. Gosh darn it, let's go. Thank you.